Welcome to Dinar and Dong Updates. The Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong. Revaluation on the horizon? The financial world is abuzz with speculation about a possible revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar, IQD, and Vietnamese Dong, VND. Investors, currency traders, and market analysts are closely monitoring developments as rumors of an official announcement continue to spread. If this revaluation happens, it could be one of the most significant financial events of the year, potentially reshaping investment strategies and market dynamics. But what would such a shift mean for global markets, individual holdings, and future investments? Let's explore the potential implications and what investors should prepare for. The possibility of a revaluation. Revaluation refers to an official increase in the value of a currency relative to other currencies. It typically occurs when a country's economic fundamentals improve, leading its central bank to adjust its currency's value. Over the years, the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong have been subjects of revaluation speculation due to their artificially low exchange rates compared to their economic potential. The impact on global markets. If the Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong were to undergo a major revaluation, it could have widespread effects on international trade, investment flows, and geopolitical relations. A stronger currency would make imports cheaper, but could also impact exports, requiring adjustments from businesses and policymakers. For global investors, a revaluation would mean significant gains for those holding large amounts of these currencies. However, the degree of revaluation and the policies governing it would determine the actual returns investors could realize. Additionally, the move could influence other emerging market currencies, prompting shifts in global investment strategies. Digital finance and IMF policy updates. The rapid evolution of digital finance is another factor influencing currency policies. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, is updating its guidelines on digital currencies and financial regulations, which could play a crucial role in Iraq's monetary policies. One of Iraq's latest financial initiatives is the planned launch of a digital dinar, which will be backed by international financial systems. This digital dinar aims to modernize Iraq's financial landscape, improve transaction transparency, and strengthen regulatory oversight. Such a move aligns with global trends, as countries like China have already introduced digital currencies to streamline financial operations. However, questions remain about how Iraq will implement this transition and what role international financial institutions will play. Political and military implications. Beyond financial matters, Iraq is undergoing significant political and security shifts. The country's coordination framework forces recently reached an agreement to integrate armed factions into the Popular Mobilization Forces, PMF. This step is meant to align military operations with the Supreme Command's directives, ensuring that actions do not conflict with U.S. interests in the region. This military and political stability is crucial for economic reforms. Investors and international financial bodies are more likely to engage with Iraq if the country demonstrates political cohesion and a stable security environment. Any uncertainties in governance or military operations could negatively impact confidence in Iraq's currency and investment potential. Understanding the exchange rate stability is a major topic of discussion in Iraq. Recently, a key financial official announced that Iraq's central bank will move towards a unified exchange rate. This means that the country's official exchange rate will become the single benchmark, eliminating discrepancies between official and market exchange rates. What is an official exchange rate? An official exchange rate is determined by a nation's central bank, dictating how much one currency is worth in relation to others. Iraq currently operates under a fixed exchange rate system, but the planned shift aims to consolidate all rates into a single, stable value. This change is expected to bring predictability to Iraq's economy. A single exchange rate would eliminate confusion and provide businesses, investors, and consumers with a clear standard for financial transactions. This could help stabilize markets, reduce arbitrage opportunities, and enhance investor confidence. The role of a digital exchange rate and digital dinar. The concept of a digital exchange rate revolves around a possible shift to digital currency transactions, which could be managed by Iraq's central bank. Many nations, including China, are experimenting with digital currencies to enhance financial transparency and efficiency. If Iraq successfully implements a digital dinar, financial transactions could become more efficient, reducing fraud and corruption. Additionally, a digital currency could facilitate cross-border transactions and improve Iraq's integration into the global financial system. Implications for daily life and business. A unified exchange rate and the introduction of a digital dinar could have far-reaching effects on different sectors of society. For travelers, a single exchange rate would simplify currency conversion, making it easier for travelers to budget for international trips without worrying about fluctuating rates. For businesses, companies engaged in international trade would benefit from reduced currency volatility. A predictable exchange rate allows for better financial planning and risk management. For investors, a stable exchange rate can attract foreign investors who prefer predictable market conditions. Challenges and opposition. Not everyone is in favor of these financial changes. Businesses that thrive on exchange rate fluctuations might resist a single stable rate, as it could reduce their profit margins. Additionally, transitioning to digital finance may pose challenges for individuals unfamiliar with digital transactions, potentially widening the financial divide. Some concerns also exist about whether Iraq's financial infrastructure is prepared for these changes. The transition to a unified exchange rate and digital currency must be managed carefully to avoid market disruptions and inflation risks. Economic considerations. Oil prices and inflation. Iraq's economy is heavily reliant on oil, which accounts for over 90% of its national revenue. Fluctuations in global oil prices directly impact the strength of the Iraqi dinar and the country's exchange rate policies. If oil prices remain stable, Iraq may have a smoother transition to a unified exchange rate. However, inflation remains a key risk. If the revaluation leads to an increase in domestic prices, it could erode purchasing power and negatively impact the economy. Effective monetary policies will be necessary to prevent economic hardship for Iraqi citizens. Foreign investment and market confidence. Foreign investors are drawn to stability. If Iraq successfully manages its currency transition, it could boost investor confidence, leading to increased foreign direct investment (FDI). On the other hand, if uncertainties persist, potential investors may hesitate to commit resources to Iraq's economy. A stable currency could also facilitate trade agreements and economic partnerships, making Iraq a more attractive destination for international business ventures. Preparing for financial changes. As Iraq navigates these economic shifts, staying informed is crucial for individuals and businesses alike. Here are some key takeaways. Monitor economic developments. Keep an eye on official announcements from Iraq's central bank and government authorities regarding exchange rate policies. Diversify investments. Investors should consider holding assets in multiple currencies or stable financial instruments to mitigate risks. Understand digital finance. As digital currencies gain prominence, learning about their impact on financial transactions and investments can be beneficial. Final thoughts. The potential revaluation of the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong, along with Iraq's shift toward a unified exchange rate and digital currency, could bring significant economic changes. If implemented effectively, these changes could enhance financial stability, attract investment, and improve economic conditions in Iraq. However, challenges remain, and careful policy execution will be key to avoiding market disruptions. What are your thoughts on these developments? Do you believe a single exchange rate and digital currency will benefit Iraq? Share your opinions in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates on crucial financial topics. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest insights into global finance.